going on, everybody? Gaming Magic 13 and welcome back to some more LEGO Indiana Jones 2 The Adventure Continues, the second to last day of LEGO Indiana Jones 2 The Adventure Continues content. Tomorrow will be three bonus episodes going up. Today will be the first, and over the next 2 days we will be covering everything within the creator mode, or the creator box. Today I will be telling you all about the level builder, from the tutorials to how to use sockets, to unlocking all the levels, or the objects. So we're going to be doing all that today. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. And is it going to prompt me to take the tutorials? I'm hoping it's going to. So actually, wait. So basically, what the level builder is, it's the main tool. It's the highlight of this. Let's be honest here. All the other things, they're cute and all, but this is the highlight of this game. You select the theme. The other 6 movies, Kingdom of the Skull Parts 1, 2, 3, and then Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and Last Crusade. And these themes contained different characters, objects, and pieces that tailor to the specific movie they're from. And then you can either create a level from scratch or edit one of the ones you already played. So if we wanted to go back and play Marshall College from Kingdom of the Skull Part 1 and edit that level, we could, because as I've been saying, all the bonus levels were built with this engine. They were all built with the level builder. So you can edit all of those, which is really cool. But before I get into a level from scratch, and I couldn't do that anyway, we have to play the tutorials first, because we can't even start anything until we do the tutorials. And there are 4 tutorials. The first tutorial is the construction worker tutorial, because there are 4 characters you can play as, each with different abilities, and I will explain all of that as we go along. But let's just dive straight into the first tutorial. Jump in. Hello, this is the level creator where you can build and play in your own LEGO worlds. These balloons have blown all over the place and need to be cleared away. Walk up to one and press X. Now select the red cross and press A to delete the object. This is your basic interface, and I'll explain everything I want to explain when we get into the level itself, but I'm going to let the game explain most of this for now. Can you clear away all the balloons? Remember, press X next to each one. Alright, so before we do that, let me just show you something. If you spam the A button, you're never going to stop jumping. The construction worker has an infinite jump height. Everybody does. But it's just insane. Well, okay, well, not infinite, but almost infinite, to where you can jump really, really high above everybody else. And this is, obviously, they have to do this, because if they didn't, there would be no way to access. So sometimes, say you build a platform that you can't jump, like right here. I can't jump onto this normally. Press A, and A repeatedly jump higher and higher. Thanks, game. So let's get all of these balloons, like so. And we'll deal with the tree in a minute here. Can you clear away all the balloons? Yep. So, the tutorial gives you a very basic grasp of what you need to do. To reach things up high, hold down X to get a target, and you can move to the balloon. Thanks. Excellent. Now plant some trees. Press and hold B next to the tree. And by pressing and hold B, you can pick up and then copy it, and then put the tree down with B. Like so. Or, another thing you can do is just stand right here, and then just press B for the last object, so that you don't have to go up to an object. So I'll do it again. Just press and hold B, and there we go. Brilliant. Now it's time to try the level. Pause the game and select test level, or press and hold Y. Testing mode initiated. Smash up the trees. You need 2,000 studs to open the door. And I don't believe these score multipliers are enabled. Now you'll notice something. We don't have enough studs. If you don't have enough studs, pause the game and select build level to go back and plant more trees. So you can just hold Y and do that. So, water tree, press Y and select a new object. Special props. Obviously, there isn't much for us to experiment with right now because it is the tutorial, but we will get more later. And the quickest way to do this is to just put 2 studs down, like so, and then we're done. We can test the level now. So grab these 2 studs. It'll open the door. Let's do it. Tutorial complete. You have unlocked a new builder character to help you make your own levels. Cool. So 1% complete. So the construction worker is the main guy. He's the main builder in this level creator, in that he places down the objects and everything. He connects the sprockets, he places the objects, he builds the world essentially. And now that we've completed one tutorial, we can do everything else. But if you want to unlock more people to build with, then we need to go throughout the rest of these and play the rest of the tutorials, which we're going to do. So the second tutorial features someone you may not have expected to see in a level builder, or I guess you could have, since he is all powerful. So let's get into the second tutorial. Jump in. We are playing as the interdimensional being. No joke. So the idea here is to show you how to raise and lower the land. Let's see, we can do a shape 1 cliff or shape 1 smooth. So shape 2 smooth, shape 3 smooth, and all that. So if we do a shape 4 smooth, so like this, then it just essentially changes. It changes how you can do things. So X is to lower, B is to raise, and A is to level. A is to make everything level. So I'll go back to because the cliff is essentially you want something to be perfectly square, and then smooth is smooth is if you want something to look a little bit more natural, like you're trying to carve out a mountain face. For the sake of simplicity, we're going to go into cliff mode and lower this fish down. Actually, wait, let's change the size of this so that it's not as big. Change the size of this. There we go. So we need to get the fish into water, and we need to get the chips out of it. So let's raise this water like so. Raise the water here, and this is useful if you're trying to build. So let's say we're trying to build a staircase up somewhere. Like, okay, this is a bad example. I'll demonstrate it. I'll demonstrate it somewhere else to get the fish into the water. And so let me show you. We'll do it right here. No, raise this up a little bit. Raise this up a little bit more, and then raise this up a little bit more. And then we'll keep going, we'll keep scaling up dramatically. If we were trying to build a staircase kind of thing, that's what this could be useful for. Or, if we're trying to build a mountain-esque thing, which we're going to change to this, then this is how this would work. It would look a bit more natural with the smooth, as I'm doing right now. So that's how you would do that. That's what this is useful for, is creating terrain and creating elevation, essentially. This is your landscaping guy, essentially. So we're going to raise this chip out of the water, as always, lower the fish into the water, and I know I kind of broke the perfectly square thing that I was trying to do a minute ago. Nope, get out, thank you. Get this out of the water, into the water again. Now this is tricky, this is why I use cliff mode. You need to get as precise as possible to lower the fish into the water, but raise the chip out of the water. With smooth mode, it can be done, but it's much harder. These tutorials are really well designed, by the way. Anyway. That's tutorial 2 done. That's your landscaping guy. Alright, we are now at 2% completed. So the third tutorial that we are going to be completing is Molaram's tutorial. And I'll explain more about him once we jump in. Can you turn on all the bulbs on this level? Each one is connected to a pressure pad which can only be activated by the weight of a vehicle. As you may be able to determine, also that's a funny animation, Molaram is your vehicles guy and your enemies guy. So, let's check really quickly. We can't place any enemies down at the moment because we're in tutorial mode, but as far as vehicles go, we can place whatever we want. And the hot rod is the preferable choice here, so you select which vehicle you want, and then you put it down anywhere, pretty much. And you're probably wondering how you get the roads. Don't worry, we'll cover that next. So we're going to put this down, we'll drive it around later. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put down vehicles in each one of the pits, and thanks. I didn't need to be told that, game, but sure. And you know, let's put a different vehicle in each category. We'll put an ice cream van in here. There we go. I could just put down a hot rod on all of them, but I want diversity. I don't want all the vehicles to be the same. Okay. So now let's put a fire truck in this one because why not? And then if we come over to the final pit, what are we gonna put in the final pit? Let's. Oh, you know what? In this also, why does this look so gray? It looks so dull. I don't know why. I don't know why this looks so gray and dull. Anyway. Which enemy should we, or which vehicle should we put here? Let's put a forklift here. Yeah, we'll do that. And it tells you where you can and can't place it with the green and red illuminations around. Alright, so now with that, we can test out the level. I should have explained this earlier, but these are spawn points. Here's player 1 spawn point, player 2 spawn point. Let's test this level out. So drive over all the pressure pads to light all the bulbs to finish the level. Thank you. Something else they added in the level builder is the ability to edit that text at the bottom in your levels, so that if you're building essentially a story mode, then you can have the first level in a set be the tutorial mission, then you have this text appear at the bottom. But I don't know, maybe it was just an oversight. The fact that it's even in the game at all is great, so I can't judge it too harshly. Harshly. Okay. Put the hot rod onto this one. I think it's on it. There we go. Okay. So once we finish this up, we will be able to do the final tutorial, and once we do that, I will be showing you the level builder itself. So let's do. There we go. Tutorial will complete. You have locked a new builder character to help you make your own level. So to recap, Molaram is your vehicles and enemies guy. 3% completed. Yay. Alright, one more tutorial, and it is the enemy boxers tutorial, who didn't get highlighted at all in the circle of death, or the ring of death. There was no plane scene in this game because my mode is garbage. Okay. Play tutorial 4. Jump in. You need to the other end of the road, but if you fall... Oh, I was reading that. Okay. So the enemy boxer is your road guy. He's also your base plates guy, but let me show you. We don't have any templates right now. I'll just basically... Okay. I'll explain it after we do this. The goal is to fill in the road, so we need a straight plate so we can put it right down here. And we're trying to fill in the road, basically. So... And let's put a turn here since that's what we need. Angle it properly like this. So basically he's your landscape guy. He fills in all the pieces of the ground. And there are some custom base plates which you can use, which you can buy, and essentially create a pre-made little area for you to explore. Or you can just put down road or some grass. It is customization as to what actually put in. And so he's useful for vehicle-based levels and levels where you want to have little pre-made areas to explore. And also, it wants you to follow the road, but you don't have to. You can just drive straight to the end and end this immediately. Tutorial complete. You have unlocked a new builder character to help you make your own levels. 4% completed. We're making great progress today. So now it's time for me to just quickly show you, or not quickly actually, this is going to take up the majority of the video even though we're 15 minutes deep, is to show you, we're going to create a blank level with a... What theme do we want? Let's do Raiders of the Lost Ark, interior or exterior theme. Let's do... Oh, that's another thing. So you pick the theme in terms of what objects you get, but you can also pick a different location. So let's do Raiders themed objects in a exterior crystal skull background. Okay. So the gist of this is you can switch, hang on, back out of this. You can switch who you have control of with the left and right bumpers and the left and right triggers. So from there, we have a bunch of different categories, and I'll explain all these categories. We're going to start with the options, and basically this is where you can choose to either save the level, rename the level, select which characters they are for players 1 and 2, the camera angle, pick the most helpful view while building. So you can do, right now I think we're middle, yeah, this is what we're in right now, but if we change to upper middle, it changes it up, top middle, top right, and this is actually much more useful than you think, because it can allow you to get a new perspective on the level you're building, and it can be more helpful than it may appear. But in general, I keep it in the middle. So you can test the level, undo a move, read a move, which is very, very helpful. Very helpful. Okay. So next up, we're going to cover switches. And let's buy all these really quickly. Oh, nope. Wrong. I'm going to buy all switches very, very quickly. Nope. Nope. Wrong. I'm not covering sockets yet. Actually, you know what? Let's just buy everything really quickly. And then I'll explain what everything is. No. Okay, so now that I've purchased everything, let's actually describe what these categories are all about. So, the switches allow you to choose from 5 different switches, and you can place these in the level to activate certain things. They're triggers, essentially. So, and now moving on to the next category, these are the adventure acts, which they're platforms, the ladders, checker tiles, and other things that they're essentially, you interact with them to reach different places. Whip swinging, checker tiles, all things like that. They're there to spruce up the level and make it feel more immersive, I guess. Props. This is your landscaping. Trees, flowers, gates. Statues. They're there for looks, essentially. They're not... Most of these don't serve a purpose. Most of them. And now for special, this is where you find studs, generators, artifacts, doors, and they're starting looking for players. So, and then the camera cut, which is useful when you're trying to you're trying to get the camera to move to somewhere, which is triggered by a switch or something. And then bricks, different types of bricks. They come in a few different colors. They're just Lego bricks. You use them to build, obviously. And even after you put it down, you can change the color of the brick. So that's cool. And then fun, typically not necessary to complete a level unless you're doing a boulder-based level, in which case they're absolutely necessary. And then there's, of course, the flippers, goalposts, and things like that. Balloons, they're fun. They're there to make a level fun, but they can be used to beat the level. And hazards, they're there for danger. They're to add danger to a level. And then moving on to the base plates. Let's check the road base plates. These, like I said, there's some prefabs. Let me put one of these down right here. You'll notice we've already got a pre-made. I'll show that in a second. Oh, let me put another base plate down. A prefab. Let's put down this one. See, this one's got a little ball section. So there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do with these prefabs. And then moving on to the enemies, I didn't have to buy anything for these, but you can just put these down anywhere. Canyon truck. You can put down here. Let's put down Belloc. Sure, why not? Belloc. There you go. Here's Belloc. He'll be our enemy. And then creatures. Let's put down snakes, because why not? Put another snake down. I don't know what the goal of this level is, by the way. I really don't know. Okay, so that's not everybody. We've got the actions. So let's put Belloc on his little pedestal right here. And another thing you can do is you can put random cliffs all over the level. So you can just randomly put cliffs all over the level, and then you can randomly put random hills all over the level. And if you're not happy with what happens, you can just flatten it all out again. But we're going to do our own things, make it really small, so that we can just only get Belloc up here. So raise this ground. He now sits atop all of you. He is your lord and master. Obey the mighty Belloc. These snakes, no one cares about the snakes. They go down into the... Okay, hang on a minute. They go down into the pit of justice. Just like that. You'll notice, even though this is hovering over... Oh, never mind. But even though it's hovering over the area of that base plate, it will only lower if you hover over the entire thing, because this is pre-made, so they're one and the same. Oh, so the only thing I think I have left to explain is the use of sockets. So I guess let's start up a new level, and actually I kind of have to start up a new level anyway, exit without saving. Heck no. Because you have to purchase, in order to do 100% the creator, you have to purchase every item from every theme. So the Raiders of the Lost Ark theme, Temple of Doom theme, Lost Crusade theme, all three parts of Kingdom of the Skull themes. Because you see, we're only 38%. We have to buy the pieces from every other theme, or else it doesn't count. So let's do Temple of Doom theme. Temple interior, why not? So I'm gonna see you guys I'm gonna see you guys after I purchase everything, and then I'll explain sockets. As you can see, we have already 100%ed creator, which means we've already 100%ed the game, and everything else that I'm going to show you is solely for fun. So let's introduce the by far most important. I'm not going to be running through everything, but I am going to be running through what I consider to be the single most important part of the level builder, and that is using sockets. Okay, so the first thing I want to demonstrate before introducing sockets is the fact that this level can be infinitely expanded. Not infinitely, but almost infinitely expanded. It looks odd to see the bottom moving and not the top. I won't lie, that does look a bit odd. And if you want to break free, just jump. So now we have a bit more room to move around. And let me expand a little bit like this as well, so that I can show you a little bit as to what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to be doing a very basic mock-up of what we're going to be doing for how I'm going to show you how this works, or what I'm trying to say, how sockets work. So we're going to dig a hole into the ground with the landscaper. These are important options for setting up your level. Thank you. Switch over to this guy, construction worker. And we're going to put down, I think it would be, not props, where would it be? Would it be in... Oh, wait, here, okay. I'm going to wait for it to water tap right here. So we're going to jump out here, and then put this right here so that it goes into there. That could have been a more better place, but this is a socket. So, pretty much all interactive objects in this game have an attached socket. So, these red switches these red sockets need to be triggered by a switch of some kind. So let's just put this red socket down here for now. Now let's put a switch. Let's put a random switch. Let's put a whip target right here. Classic Indiana Jones. So now we have a green socket. This green socket indicates that it's a switch. So we're gonna put the green socket on top of the red socket, henceforth them together. I missed. Now the whip handle and the water spout are connected together. So let's test the level really quickly. And with that, we are going to pull this with Indy's whip, and water is going to fill up this little area right here. This obviously cannot be undone because this isn't a switch. If it was a turn handle. Actually, let me demonstrate that really quickly. Some things are one-off. So if this whip handle is anything else, let's delete it really quickly and put in say a toggle switch off. This can be altered in the sense that it can be turned on and off multiple times. So let's reconnect the socket right here. Test the level again. And then when we turn this, we can turn it once to fill it, and then turn it again to empty it. So it can be activated and deactivated. These sockets are the most powerful thing in the entire level builder. In fact, you know what? Let's actually have some fun. Let's make a little mini level out of this. Let's delete this, and let's make it into a switch with a key switch. Winch requires key. No, not a winch which requires a key. Let's put this down right here, like so, and then connect the socket to the water pump. Okay, actions: copy and nudge, grab socket, change, and use this powerful mode to move, turn, or even raise and lower this object if possible. Okay, so now we need a key. So now we're going to, where do we find a key? I don't know where we find a key from. Item crate, no. Where would we find a key? Let's try to switch over to Molaron really quickly and put down a character. Let's put down an enemy soldier. And what, can we give you a key, maybe? Movement, reaction, items, here we go. Here we go. Alright, so we're gonna give you a key. And movement. We can change the movement. Wander. Patrol randomly. So you can do that, and the reaction would be to... Is it set to attack on default? Yeah, it's set to attack on default. Okay. But let's actually put some more enemy soldiers down to make this... This isn't going to be a level that I'm going to publish or anything, but I am going to put this down... I'm going to make this just so I can quickly demonstrate the best way to do this. And instead of... Actually, you know what? Here, let's do this. Can we delete you? Yeah, we're going to delete you. Instead of having this be a water spout, we're going to delete you really quickly, put you down here, and then delete you, like so. And now, switching over to this guy, we're going to flatten the landscape. Then, let's back out, switch over to the construction worker, and we're going to put a door down. Where can we find a door? Would it be in fun? No, couldn't be fun, right? Where would it be? Would it be special? I guess, yeah, okay, special, okay. Play and exit. Place both player 1 and player 2 doors for competitive play. These are going to be locked with connecting triggers. So let's put the exit door right here. Walking through this door is going to exit the level. And this obviously has a socket connected to it, and we're going to attach this to the key. So now what we have to do is we have to kill one of these enemy soldiers. One of them contains the key. I don't remember which one contains the key now. So that's going to be fun. Put the key into the mechanism and then open the door forward. So... Wait a minute, could we change the enemy really quickly? Because I have an idea for how we could... No, we can't change I had an idea. My idea was we can change these guys to enemies you could only fight with a sword and make a puzzle, but we're not building a level right now, so I'm just doing this so I can show you how sockets work. So now... Oh, hi, I didn't think this through. Okay, you attack way too quickly, thanks. Key's mine now. We're gonna head over here, we're gonna put this key into the mechanism, and then we're gonna turn it. And now the door's open. So now we can exit the level. Level complete. But you may be thinking, are the socket lines going to be there the entire time? No, they're not. They're only there if you're trying to test the level, not if you're trying to play the level. So like if I exited and saved right now, that wouldn't be. If I exited and saved, the sockets wouldn't be. That's just for testing, so you can see. You can kind of see. It's kind of for debugging purposes. You can see what went wrong where. And if I do this, you'll just see we can actually set and adjust. Wait, what was that? Right, we can change the timer for at what length of time, after how long does the door activate. So maybe there's a 5-second delay, things like that. And then what are you? Oh, pick up and then nudge. Okay, so there's things like that. And that's really it. There's nothing much else that I can explain about the level builder, and I assure you we will be going into more detail about the level builder in the future. I plan on actually starting a series where I just build levels for the fun of it. I can't wait to start that up. But that'll be it for this episode. In the next episode, I'm going to be showing you about I'm going to be showing you how the character creator works, and then after that, we'll do build your own adventure, then a quick play, and then that will be it for LEGO Indiana Jones 2: The Adventure Continues for now. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next episode, and also on this minute Gaming Magic 13. Signing off, saying I hope you have a fantastic, wonderful day, and I will catch you next time for some more LEGO Indiana Jones 2: The Adventure Continues. Goodbye.